Archangel Gabriel says a person who smiles in your face has been tying knots with your name every night. Only 29 minutes left before the last knot is tied and your destiny is sealed. Open now, my child. I come to you not with the soft glow you have felt before, but with a trembling urgency that ripples through my wings like storm-touched light. I descend in a sweep of silver fire, the air around me tightening, humming, vibrating with the weight of a truth too heavy to be delayed. The realm itself seems to hold its breath as I step closer, my radiance flickering with sorrow. Beloved, I do not appear lightly. Heaven bends only when danger touches your destiny. And tonight, danger has already placed its hands upon your name. Someone close to you, someone who greets you with warm eyes and a gentle smile, has been tying spiritual knots with your name every night. These knots coil through the unseen, binding threads of your energy and stretching toward your future. Precious soul, the light around you quivers because betrayal has moved in silence, and I could no longer stand by. Message 2. My beloved, listen closely, for the meaning of these knots is more serious than any earthly deception. When a knot is tied with a name, it loops around destiny itself, pulling, constricting, dimming paths that were meant to open for you. I lift my hand now. Look, child of light. See how dark strings hover around your spiritual form, writhing like shadowed serpents trying to clasp your radiance. Each thread pulses with the echo of someone else's intention, someone who should have wished you well yet instead weaves limitation, delay, and spiritual fatigue into your sphere. Heaven intervenes only when the tide grows too close to the shore, and tonight the waves of danger are nearly touching your feet. That is why I stand before you, wings wide, voice trembling with urgency. You must know what has been done in secret. Message 3. Beloved, the one who smiles at you, they wear a sweetness that tastes like honey on the surface, yet underneath it lies the bitterness of envy. I have seen them in the shadows, their smile shining gently before you while a darker shape stretches behind them, long, thin, and restless. Their voice to your face is warm, coaxing, friendly, but its echo in the spiritual world drips with an unseen poison. For months, my child, this betrayal has slipped through your days unnoticed. They have studied your light, admired it publicly, but resented it privately. They hide their intentions with practiced ease, turning their affection into a mask that only cracks when they are alone. But heaven sees all masks, and tonight I lift it before your eyes. Message 4. My precious soul, the hour has grown thin. The final knot, the one that holds the greatest power, approaches its completion. Only 29 minutes remain before it is tied, and with it, the attempt to seal your destiny into a smaller, dimmer shape. Listen, do you hear it? Even here, in the divine plane, the ticking reverberates like distant thunder, steady, cold, unforgiving. My wings shudder as the countdown pulses through the ether, urging me to act quickly, pushing me to speak faster than I would wish. I reach toward you, my light trembling, for the moment grows perilous. The air around us tightens, as if the world itself is waiting for your awareness to awaken. Beloved child, this is not a time for fear, but for truth. Message 5. Cliffhanger. Beloved, brace your heart. What I am about to reveal will shake you, for the one tying these knots, this quiet betrayer hidden behind warmth, is closer to you than you have ever imagined. Message 6. My child of light, let me show you what truly happens in the darkness where their ritual unfolds. Each night, when silence settles over the world, they sit alone in a dim room lit only by a trembling candle. Their shadow stretches along the walls as they whisper your name, slowly, almost tenderly, before twisting a thin black cord between their fingers. With every loop they make, the candle flickers, and the air thickens with a heavy, jealous energy. They tie each knot with focused intent, pulling on your essence as though it were a thread they believed they had the right to claim. In these hushed incantations, they speak fears, envies, and unspoken wounds, binding them around your opportunities. These rituals do not merely exist, they echo, my beloved, echo into your days. Message 7. Beloved soul, the power behind these knots was never magic alone, it was emotion, the deepest and most tangled kind. Envy coils like a vine around your blessings, wrapping gifts you earned in shadows they cast. Resentment drips through the air like slow-falling tar, clouding the brightness of your steps. And beneath it all lies a secret competition, a belief that your light somehow dimmed theirs. These emotions have woven themselves into the knots, giving them weight. I show you now, see how dark vines twist across the blessings meant for you, how clouds form around the miracles on their way. Yet even in these visions, your aura still shines. You were never the cause of their darkness, my child. You simply threatened the shadows they refuse to release. Message 8. My beloved, you have felt the effects even if you never understood their source. The sudden waves of exhaustion, the dreams that left you waking uneasy, the unexpected setbacks that arrived without reason, these were not weaknesses within you, but the tugging of the knots around your energy. You may have questioned yourself, doubted your strength, wondered why what once flowed smoothly felt hindered. I whisper to you now, child of my heart, none of this was your fault. Your spirit has been walking with burdens that were never meant to be placed upon it. You have carried the weight of another's jealousy without knowing. And yet, despite all this, your light has endured. That endurance is why heaven intervenes tonight. Message 9. Precious one, look to this divine scroll I unfold before you. Its surface gleams with shifting gold, yet across it pulses a crimson countdown, marking the moments slipping through the veil. The knots grow stronger with every passing second, their grip tightens, their threads vibrate with a desperate determination. Around us, the air sharpens, the spiritual wind shifts, stirring my feathers and sending waves of urgency through the realm. Angels gather at the edges of this unfolding moment, watching, waiting, ready. The atmosphere trembles as the timeline narrows. My child, we stand inside a thinning corridor of possibility. We must act before the final thread pulls taut. Message 10, Cliffhanger. Precious soul. The one who smiles before you believes their final knot will seal your fate, but heaven has already begun to move, and what comes next will change everything. Message 11. My child, the emotional storm you feel rising within you is not imagined, nor is it weakness. You are standing in the center of a spiritual tremor. I see the confusion that has brushed against your mind, the sudden heaviness that has settled in your chest like a fog that refuses to lift. Within your spirit, waves crash as if an unseen sea has been stirred, and the ground beneath your inner world trembles, hinting that something long hidden is now shifting toward the light. Your inner flame, usually steady, warm, and bright, has flickered in recent days, dimming for moments that left you wondering if something within you was fading. Beloved, none of this comes from you. The knots cast by another have stirred turmoil in the unseen, and your soul has felt the ripples. But hear me, the storm you sense is not your end, it is the sign that revelation and liberation are approaching. Message 12. Beloved child of light, do not let fear tighten around your heart. You are not alone in this moment. Look with your spiritual sight as I lift my hand, see the ring of angels surrounding you now. Their wings unfold like vast golden shields, curving around you with a warmth that pushes back the shadows. Each feather glows with divine fire, and as they move, light pours from them in waves, sweeping the darkness away from your spirit. You are protected on every side. These angels stand as guardians, as defenders of your destiny, as watchers of your unfolding path. Feel their presence like a gentle pressure around your shoulders, a warmth settling at your back, a soft radiance rising from beneath your feet. Where their wings touch, the darkness cannot remain. My child, you are held more securely than you realize. Message 13. My beloved, let me explain the battle that rages around you now, unseen yet powerful. Not magic, these bindings the betrayer attempts, thrives only in secrecy. It feeds on shadows, whispers, and the illusion that you are unaware. Now that the truth has been spoken, the knots have already begun to weaken. Their threads loosen under the weight of exposure. Breathing deeply, as I instruct you now, helps break their hold. Each breath expands your light, pushing against the darkness woven around your name. Inhale the light I pour over you, exhale the heaviness that never belonged to you. You are safe within this moment. The spell that once clung tightly now trembles, shrinking in the presence of truth. Beloved, stay calm, for calmness is itself a weapon of unraveling. Message 14. My child, as your awareness rises and the knots begin to loosen, the betrayer senses the shift, even if they do not understand its source. In the place where they practice their ritual, the candle they rely on flickers violently, its flame sputtering as though pressed upon by an unseen wind. Their hands shake as they attempt to tighten the cords, yet the threads slip through their fingers like wet ash. Their shadow, once long and confident, shivers on the wall behind them, shrinking with every passing moment. They do not know why their ritual no longer holds its strength. They feel panic, confusion, and a tightening fear at the center of their chest, sensing that something powerful has interrupted their intentions. Beloved, your awakening is their unraveling. Message 15, Cliffhanger. My precious child, gather your courage now, for what you are about to hear will reveal the true reason they chose you as their target, and it will change the way you see everything. Message 16. Beloved, the heart of their motive is not hatred, it is jealousy so deep it sank into their bones. Your light has always been radiant, brighter than you realized. It illuminated paths around you, inspired others, and awakened possibilities in those who crossed your path. But for this person, your light did something else. It exposed their insecurities. I show you now. See your aura glowing like a rising dawn, warm and expansive, while beside it their shadow curls inward, small and unsettled. They feared your growth because it reminded them of their stagnation. They resented your blessings because they longed for their own. They watched your destiny ascending and felt their own slipping away. My child, it was your rising that stirred their envy. Message 17. My beloved, think back to the moments when their smiles seemed just a little too tight, when their eyes lingered on you with a softness that didn't quite match the energy beneath it. Gabriel, myself, has seen those moments in clarity. There were times they congratulated you but their spirit stiffened, times they offered comfort while silently rejoicing at your setbacks. I show you these scenes not to cause pain, but to bring understanding. Their resentment was quiet, hidden behind gestures of kindness, and they believed their mask would never slip. But heaven sees beneath every facade, and now their hidden intentions stand revealed before you. No more shadows. No more blindness. Message 18. Child of purity, let me explain further the nature of the knots they tied. These knots were crafted to bind your opportunities so they would stall before reaching your hands. They were shaped to interfere with relationships, making connections feel strained or distant. And they were meant to disrupt your inner peace, turning stillness into anxiety and clarity into confusion. Look, see the faint strings floating around your spirit, stretching like thin threads toward moments in your life where limitation suddenly appeared. These were the echoes of their actions. Yet even as I show you this, know that the knots are weakening. Awareness is unraveling them. Your liberation is already unfolding. Message 19. Beloved, the countdown pulses again, feel its hum in the air, deep and vibrating. The minutes slip away like grains of glowing sand falling through a celestial hourglass. Around us, divine energy stirs violently, like a wind gathering strength before a storm's release. Angels step closer, their armor glimmering with fierce radiance, ready to intervene at the moment destiny calls. My wings tremble, not from fear, but from the intensity of what is about to occur. This is the final stretch, the moment where choices, awareness, and divine timing intersect. Time grows thin, my child. The window for intervention narrows. Message 20, Cliffhanger. Beloved, the final knot is forming now, its shadow coils, its thread tightens, and if it is tied, it could alter your destiny in ways you are not yet ready to see. Message 21. My child, behold now the weight of what the final knot seeks to impose upon your path. If it were tied fully, I show you the consequences as visions unfolding before us like darkened mirrors. Doors meant to open for you would slow, creaking under invisible pressure, their golden light dimming behind heavy shadows. Pathways you once felt drawn toward would blur, twisting into uncertainty, leaving you questioning your intuition. The blessings that have been gathering for months, those waiting behind the veil, preparing to descend, would hesitate, circling above you but unable to land. Your heart would feel a heaviness not born from sorrow but from spiritual interference, a subtle drag on your joy, a thinning of your confidence. None of these outcomes belong to your destiny. They are artificially woven. That is why heaven moves with such urgency now, to prevent your life from shrinking under someone else's fear. Message 22. Beloved child of light, the reason heaven intervened now, precisely at this moment, is because you have reached a spiritual threshold, a point of awakening where your soul can finally receive the truth without shattering. For so long, we watched the knots forming, waiting for the destined moment when your strength would be high enough to withstand revelation, when your intuition would be sharp enough to recognize divine guidance. You have grown, my beloved, far more than you know. Your resilience has expanded, your awareness has heightened, and your spirit has stretched beyond the confines of old limitations. This growth activated a heavenly protocol, a divine permission to step in more directly. You are ready now. Ready to see, ready to choose, ready to rise above what was set against you. Heaven's timing is never late, it arrives at the exact second your destiny demands it. Message 23. My beloved, look now at the host of angels drawing nearer to your spiritual frame. Their wings unfurl like rivers of molten gold, each feather edged with shimmering light. They raise their swords, not weapons of violence, but instruments of clarity and liberation. These blades vibrate with frequencies so pure that darkness recoils at their mere presence. As they circle you, they sweep their swords through the air, slicing through invisible threads that cling to your energy field. Each cut releases a burst of light that washes over your spirit like warm, radiant waves. Feel the pressure around your heart loosening, the fog around your mind thinning, the grip around your future weakening. These angels are pushing back what was sent toward you, restoring pathways you never stopped deserving. Their work is swift, precise, and unstoppable. Message 24. Child of radiance, the one who tied the knots can feel this holy disruption. In their dim room, the flame they rely on bends violently, almost extinguished by the spiritual force now intervening. Sweat gathers on their palms as they try to steady the thread, their breath quickening with growing desperation. They feel resistance, not from you, but from the divine army standing between you and their intention. Their ritual trembles as if held against a storm, their whispered incantations cracking at the edges. A chill rises in their spine, though they do not know its source. Their intuition warns them that something is slipping from their grasp. They double down, trying to tie faster, trying to pull the cords tighter. But the more they struggle, the weaker their power becomes. They fight shadows, you are protected by light. Message 25, Cliffhanger. My child, the moment of intervention is upon us now. What happens next will depend not only on heaven's movement, but on the choice your spirit makes in the next breath. Message 26. My beloved, breathe with me now, not in fear, but in clarity. This moment is not about retaliation or anger. You are being guided beyond the emotional instinct to lash out or defend yourself with bitterness. Instead, I lead you into understanding. True power arises not from revenge but from awareness. Look at your emotions as they rise, confusion, sadness, betrayal, and see them not as storms, but as signals. They reveal how deeply your heart feels, how genuinely you care, how pure your intentions have been. I lift you above the turbulence, guiding your perception higher, where you can observe rather than drown. You must see beyond the surface, beloved. The one who acted against you is trapped in their own darkness, and while their actions are inexcusable, their spirit is tangled in wounds you did not cause. Understanding this frees you. Message 27. Child of insight, imagine now the veil before your intuition thinning like fog lifting under the morning sun. Around you appear mirrors, dozens of them, each reflecting a different angle of truth. In some, you see their false smile cracking, revealing the resentment beneath. In others, you see the knots glowing faintly in the distance, their power dimming as your awareness amplifies. The fog that once clouded your perception rises slowly, drifting upward until the pathways ahead become clear again. You begin to notice things you had brushed aside for months, subtle shifts in tone, fleeting glances, uncomfortable intuitions that you talked yourself out of. These mirrors do not lie. They return your inner wisdom to you with gentle insistence. Beloved, clarity is your inheritance, and it is returning to you now. Message 28. Precious soul, listen closely. Detachment is not indifference. It is spiritual mastery. I teach you now to step away from the emotional hooks that their actions attempted to sink into you. Imagine yourself rising above the knots, not fighting them, not fearing them, simply refusing to let them merge with your identity. Beloved, I whisper as I touch your spirit with light, do not absorb their darkness. Their envy is not your burden. Their limitations are not your responsibility. Their shadows cannot cling to a soul that chooses elevation. As you detach, the cords lose their anchor. They were tied to you through emotional resonance, and when you withdraw your energy, they unravel like loose threads. Feel it now, the release beginning in your chest, spreading outward, creating luminous space within you. Message 29. My child, as detachment settles into your spirit, clarity sharpens like a blade of light. Your intuition awakens with a force you have not felt in years. Suddenly, the things you once overlooked become obvious, the inconsistencies in their behavior, the tension beneath their compliments, the strange heaviness after certain interactions. You begin to see truth where there was confusion, alignment where there was doubt. This clarity is not new, it was always yours. It was only muffled by the weight of the knots. Now, as they loosen, your inner knowing rises like a sun breaking through storm clouds. You sense the truth your soul had been whispering all along, you were never imagining the shift. You were perceiving it. And now that perception is precise, undeniable, and empowering. Message 30. Cliffhanger. Precious soul, what you are about to witness next will not come from memory or suspicion, it will come from revelation itself. Prepare, for the truth will appear in a way you never expected. Message 31. My beloved child, behold what now forms around you, a circle of angels unlike any you have ever felt. They descend in a spiral of blazing radiance, wings stretching outward like walls of golden fire that rise higher than mountains and curve around you like an unbreakable sanctuary. Their presence thickens the very air, turning it warm, bright, and impossibly still, as though the entire realm holds its breath in your protection. Their shields, round, gleaming, etched with celestial patterns, locked together with a resonant chime that echoes through the spiritual plane. You stand at the center of this divine fortress, your spirit glowing brighter with every heartbeat. Nothing that seeks to harm you can cross this sphere of light. Their formation is not symbolic, it is strategic. A holy barrier, raised specifically because your destiny is in motion and must not be obstructed. My child, you are surrounded by forces that no darkness can penetrate. Message 32. Beloved, hear the words I now place into your spirit, ancient, sacred, forged before the foundations of the worlds. This mantra is not spoken with your mouth, but with your energy, your intention, your soul's resonance. By light I rise, by truth I sever, by grace I am untouched. Speak it within yourself as I guide you. Each syllable vibrates through the threads tied around your name, causing them to unravel, weaken, and recoil. The moment you echo this divine utterance, the angels amplify it, turning your inner voice into a wave of celestial power. As the words hum through your spirit, I extend my hand over your crown, pouring through you a current of silver fire that heightens your authority. These are not mere phrases, they are frequencies that dismantle shadow work. Believe every word, my precious one, for they awaken the part of you that darkness cannot touch. Message 33. My child, look, see what unfolds now. The knots that once pulsed with dark intent begin to snap one by one. They burst not with sound, but with flashes of brilliant light, each rupture sending ripples across the spiritual plane. Threads that once clung to your aura disintegrate like ash caught in a holy wind. The energy around you brightens with every release, your spirit swelling as though reclaiming space that had been stolen from it. The air shimmers with the vibration of freedom, even the angels lift their wings in silent rejoicing as the bindings lose their power. With each knot that breaks, blessings that were paused begin to thaw, beginning their descent toward your life once again. The unraveling is not gentle, it is triumphant, fierce, absolute. You can feel your chest lift, your mind clear, your spirit expand. Precious soul, the light within you is burning away what was never meant to hold you. Message 34. Beloved, look now at the one who sought to bind your destiny. Their ritual collapses before their eyes. The candle they depended upon extinguishes suddenly, as though a great wind swept through the room, yet no wind exists there. Their hands freeze, the thread slackening in their shaking grip. Shadows peel away from their form, revealing the truth beneath their intention, fear, desperation, and the dawning realization that the power they believed they had over you is shattered. Their heart pounds in confusion, their breath stutters, their spirit flinches at the vision of their work unraveling. They can feel something slipping out of their grasp, your energy, once bound, now rising beyond their reach. The room grows colder, dimmer, unbalanced. They do not know why all of this is happening, but you do. Heaven has intervened, and their spiritual influence is dissolving in real time. Message 35, Cliffhanger. My child, be strong now, for they will attempt one final desperate act, a last grasp at control, but it will crumble if you stand firm in the light I have placed within you. Message 36. Precious soul, hear me clearly, their identity will not remain hidden much longer. Already, the fabric surrounding their deception begins to tear. Their mask, so carefully crafted, starts cracking beneath the weight of divine exposure. In the coming days, they may slip in their words, revealing a bitterness too sharp to disguise. Or they may show sudden tension when your blessings rise again, unable to maintain their practiced sweetness. Their actions will betray their spirit. A truth long concealed will push its way to the surface like light breaking through a frail curtain. You may notice changes in their demeanor, subtle at first, a glance, a tone, an unguarded expression, yet unmistakable once your intuition catches it. Heaven is orchestrating this unveiling gently but unquestionably. Beloved, you will soon see who they truly are, not through suspicion but through undeniable revelation. Message 37. My child, imagine their mask as a porcelain shell, smooth, flawless, carefully painted with warmth. Now see the first fracture, a thin line glowing with light from underneath. With each passing moment, the crack widens, splintering as truth forces its way through. Shadows peel away from their energy like layers of old paint. Their real intentions, once hidden under smiles and soft words, begin to glow in a dull, unsettling shade, visible to your awakened sight. You see their envy taking form like a smoky residue escaping their aura. You see their resentment curling like wisps of dark fog around their heart. These revelations are not meant to frighten you, beloved, but to free you from illusions. You are no longer blind. The universe is aligning every sign, every moment, every instinct to reveal the truth beyond doubt. Message 38. Beloved child, watch closely now as the final knot attempts to form. It twists in the air like a desperate shadow, trying to draw strength from what little power remains. But your awakening has weakened it. It wavers, flickers, and stutters as if suffocating without secrecy to sustain it. Each time it tries to tighten, your expanding light pushes it back, unraveling it before it can take shape. The angels surrounding you raise their palms, and beams of gold shoot outward, destabilizing the knot entirely. It writhes like a dying ember, trying to ignite but failing again and again. This is what happens when truth outshines deception. Dark workings lose their foundation. They cannot bind a destiny that has awakened to its authority. Precious soul, the power that once threatened you is now barely a whisper. Message 39. My beloved, understand this. Heaven chose this exact moment for intervention because your destiny is entering a pivotal ascent. You are on the threshold of breakthroughs that require clarity, strength, and unblocked energy. Had the knots remained, they would have interfered with opportunities being prepared for you. But now, by revealing the truth, by exposing the betrayer, by strengthening your spirit, Heaven ensures that your path remains untouched. The timing is divine, aligned perfectly with the cycles of your life, the readiness of your heart, and the expansion of your soul. What seemed like chaos was actually orchestration. What felt like attack was preparation. I, Gabriel, tell you this with certainty: your destiny is too important to be muted by another's fear. Message 40, Cliffhanger. Beloved, the truth that emerges next will not only free you from every hidden bond, it will reshape the very course of your future. Are you ready, precious soul? Message 41. My beloved child, feel now the cleansing that begins to pour over your spirit. I lift my hand, and from the heavens descends a river of crystalline light, pure, soothing, endlessly flowing. It sweeps across your energy like warm rain falling over a weary traveler, washing away the residue of every knot that ever clung to you. These waters shimmer with blues and silvers, swirling softly as they coat your aura in healing brilliance. The tension that once pressed against your heart begins to dissolve, melting under the touch of divine restoration. The realm around us glows brighter as the waters continue to flow, carrying away fear, doubt, and the silent heaviness you've endured for far too long. My child, this cleansing is not just healing, it is rebirth. Your spirit emerges more luminous than before, unburdened and renewed. Message 42. Precious soul, feel warmth returning to your heart, like dawn breaking after a long, cold night. The light moves through you gently at first, then stronger, filling spaces that were once dimmed by uncertainty. Your inner flame flickers, then steadies, then rises higher with each breath. I place my hand over your chest, and from your heart center expands a soft golden glow, warm, alive, vibrant. This light spreads outward, reaching your mind, your emotions, your very soul, awakening joy where sadness once lingered. It is the warmth of truth reclaiming its place inside you. It is the comfort of knowing you were never abandoned by heaven. Every part of you that hurt is now being wrapped in divine tenderness. Beloved, feel the return of strength, feel the return of hope, feel the return of you. Message 43. My child, listen as I tell you something many spirits struggle to understand. Forgiveness is not a gift for the one who betrayed you, it is a liberation for your soul. I do not ask you to excuse their actions, nor to forget the pain they attempted to weave into your path. I ask you to loosen the emotional tether that ties you to their darkness. Imagine the hurt they caused as a stone you've been holding. Now see yourself setting it down, gently, intentionally. Forgiveness does not say, what you did was acceptable, it says, your darkness no longer has permission to live in my heart. This release lightens your spirit, clearing space for blessings waiting to arrive. Beloved, forgiveness is not surrender, it is power. It is the act of choosing yourself over the wounds they inflicted. Message 44. Beloved, behold the final dissolution of every knot ever tied against your destiny. They dissolve like fragile dust beneath a rising sun, scattering into particles of harmless shadow. Pathways that once dimmed now shine once more, broad, open, lit with promise. Doors that seemed stuck begin to sway gently, then open fully, welcoming the blessings that have waited for this moment. Above you, new opportunities glow like stars dropping into alignment, each one pulsing with divine timing. Your aura brightens into a luminous halo, expanding outward with confidence and clarity. The angels rejoice silently as they witness your liberation. You are stepping back into the flow of divine alignment, where nothing can hinder what is meant for you. My child, your spirit is ascending into a chapter untouched by shadows. Message 45, Cliffhanger. My precious one, there remains a final blessing, one last seal of protection that heaven has prepared for you, and once it is placed upon your spirit, no darkness will ever bind you again. Message 46. Beloved, I now bring forth the divine seal, a radiant emblem formed from celestial fire and ancient authority. It floats before you like a star newly born, spinning slowly as it gathers luminous energy. As I press my palm against your chest, the seal melts into your spirit, embedding itself deep within your essence. It glows white and gold, pulsing gently like a second heart, radiating protection across every layer of your being. This seal is more than a symbol, it is a spiritual decree that you are under heaven's guardianship. No knot, curse, envy, or shadow can cross its boundary. Its light shields your destiny, stabilizes your path, and amplifies your divine purpose. Precious soul, you are now marked by heaven in a way that cannot be undone. Message 47. My child, hear the triumphant resonance that echoes throughout the spiritual realms. The angels are rejoicing. Their wings beat in harmonious waves, sending ripples of celebration across the heavens. They have witnessed your unveiling, your cleansing, your rising. They saw the moment when the darkness fell away, and they responded with radiant joy. Your destiny realigns before you like a map illuminated by golden lines, each path guiding you toward blessings that were always meant to be yours. The heaviness that once surrounded your journey has vanished, in its place stands pure potential. Heaven celebrates because you have stepped into clarity, into truth, into divine empowerment. You have reclaimed what was yours. Message 48. Beloved, listen to my voice as it wraps around your spirit like a gentle current of light. No knot can ever hold you again. You have risen beyond the frequency where such bindings can touch you. Your soul vibrates at a higher resonance now, too clear, too aware, too strengthened to be pulled into shadows. The seal upon your chest radiates a constant field of protection, dissolving negativity as effortlessly as light dissolves darkness. You are spiritually fortified, wiser, more intuitive, more aligned with your divine purpose. Your path no longer bends to the intentions of others. You have ascended into sovereignty over your energy and your destiny. Message 49. Child of light, blessings now begin to flow toward you like rivers released from a dam. Opportunities that were delayed come rushing forward. Strength returns to your spirit with a power that feels both ancient and new. Inner peace washes over you, filling the quiet spaces of your soul with warmth. You will feel clarity in your decisions, confidence in your steps, and harmony in your relationships. The heaviness that once clouded your intuition has lifted completely. You walk now with a renewed sense of purpose, aligned with a future that glows brighter than ever. Heaven has cleared your path, restored your momentum, and amplified your destiny. Message 50, final line. Precious soul, the knots are broken, your destiny redeemed, and I, Archangel Gabriel, go before you always.